Before I worked in coffee, I was actually a professional biologist. I was a lab manager at UC Davis, and thinking about coffee through a biological perspective has helped me, and I want to share some of that with you as I brew this delicious Nestor Lasso Sidra. Before we get into the biologicals, here's my coffee setup for today. I'm using a Hario carafe. I'm using the Verve Dwell dripper. I'm going to put in a booster right there. I'm going to use a Kalita filter that I pre-rinse with water 204 degrees Fahrenheit. I have the mellow drip tool to disperse water when I pour it. I got the ground up coffee, and I got a little glass on the side for rinse water. So I've just pre-wet my filter, tearing my scale, going to dose. So we're going to do 16.6 grams at a 1:16 ratio with 265 grams of water to put in. I'm going to level the bed of coffee. I'm going to tare my scale. The first pour I'm going to do without the mellow drip, and subsequent pours I'll do it with the mellow drip. So I'm going to do a bloom up to 45. Going to wait until 30 seconds. Honestly, depending on how fresh the coffee is, for me, this is a bit of a visual thing. I go 30 to 40 seconds. This is a little on the fresh side, so we'll probably go to 35 or 40. And then for all subsequent pours, I'm going to use this mellow drip. Okay, I think from now on, I can do talking about biologicals. One thing that competing in Brewer's Cup made me pretty good at is speaking while I brew. So here we go. Okay, so why does biology matter with coffee brewing, or just understanding of coffee in general? Well, first off, what are we even doing here? We are pouring hot water over a ground up roasted seed of a tropical plant. So I know everybody loves to call it a bean, and sometimes I do that also, but if this is a seed of a plant. And to me, that's really beautiful because, as we know, seeds have the potential to give life. So going back to an evolutionary perspective, this seed grows in this bright red or yellow or pink colored cherry to attract animals that will eat it and swallow the whole thing and eventually poop out the seed somewhere. And the next generation will grow from that seed. And this is how life continues. Red is a very attractive color to things that want to eat the tasty fruit. The fruit has sugar, which is an incentive for predators to eat the seed. So I just think that's really cool. It's to know that this is a seed. Another biological theme that is crucial for coffee is the fermentation, right? And we know in the coffee industry that the fermentation is what happens to the seed after it's harvested. The traditional methods being washed and natural. And now we have honeys, we have double anaerobic, mosto inoculated, blah, 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 all this stuff. But microbiology, understanding of biology plays such a huge role. And this coffee in particular, being an anaerobic, natural, that was yeast inoculated and then thermal shock washed at the end. This is like the pinnacle of coffee that could only be produced with a deep understanding of microbiology. And in microbiology in general, apart from the coffee industry, we are just getting started. Microbiology has a long history, starting with, back when people were first able to plate things on petri dishes. But now with genetic sequencing technology, there's estimates that we can only culture or see on petri dishes like up to maximum 10% of microbes. So that's 90% of microbes that could theoretically exist in this world, different species and strains. We just can't ever see them. So as technology keeps improving and our ability to isolate microbes that we can't even see or grow, it's only going to improve. So the possibilities for different microbial inoculations, different understanding of community dynamics in fermentations, it's only going to grow. And that could be more flavor. We're already seeing that with koji, that the crazy white yeast or fungi that is being sort of sprinkled onto coffee. Prannoy in India has done some of this. I know Christopher Ferran also. It's really, it's just amazing where we're going with microbiology. So there's other parts about microbiology that are important, but it's kind of would become a masterclass sort of thing. So I just wanted to give a brief introduction. The world is your oyster. If you want to learn about biology, go for it. There's so many videos on YouTube. Reach out to me. I would love to chat with people who are interested in coffee nerd information. But for now, hope you're drinking something tasty. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, share with your nerd friends, and I'll talk to you soon.